What's up, everybody? Welcome to my live stream. International Master William Paschall here with Mr. Coffee and Mr. Beer. What's up, Mr. Coffee, Mr. Beer? Monday, we're going to be taking Blitz and Rapid challenges here. Hey, everybody. Just kidding around. We're just joking around with Mr. Beer and Mr. Coffee. What's up, Mr. Coffee? We've got Mr. Coffee, no Mr. Beer. They are present in spirit. What's up, guys? Taking challenges 5+3 through 7+3. Arsenal fan. Arsenal, 1-0 victory yesterday. Congratulations. Congratulations on your win. What's up, guys? We're here with the Ponda cam. Ponda is looking... He's looking northward today a little bit. Alright, so let's get those challenges flying in. Oh, I lost my window. Lost my window. Yesterday I thought Arsenal had a match. I was talking about like football, you know, Arsenal fan. Usually I don't get into the football discussions, but you know, once in a while I flip on the BBC, and there it is. Sladgie quote bot. What are you talking about? What is that? Between me and you, I've used an engine from time to time. Sladgie quote number 104. Interesting, Bob. Thanks for implementing that. Very cool. Has that been approved by Mr. Coffee, Mr. Beer? What's up, guys? Let's get some challenges out there. Nobody wants to play chess, I know. I know I suck. Bob's been programming his ass off since the last time we saw him. Is this how you got banned from another stream? It's cute. It's cute, Bob. Very cute. I agree with Bobby Fischer. Oh, you thought of these yourself. Scary. Okay, guys, I'm gonna have to go to the, to the guest area in the bar at lobby. See if I can get a drink. Go to the lobby. The lobby's so hard to get to here. It's like ridiculous. Can I just go to the lobby? Excuse me, miss. Can you tell me where the lobby is? Standard, chess 960, Blitz, Rapid, Classical, Casual, and Rated. Really just one casual. When you do casual, there's like 2 challenges. Alright. Get this guy. Come on. Alright. 1500. Yes. 1300. Awesome. Alright. I can't believe the Sladgie quote bot has been approved. Wonder who could have done such a thing. Wonder how long it'll take to get banned. It's provocative, but not outright out of control. That traps your knight. It would have been better to choose a different square. It's probably not that bad. I mean, if he goes back. I guess e3 I'm going to pop the center and have a serious advantage, but he can still play queen a5 there. Smothered mate. He can still play queen a5. Then just bishop e2 wins a piece. He's probably good at Crazy House. deforming my pawn structure. What's up, Move 11? This place sucks. Alright, 8 viewers. We're kicking the doors in here. F6. This guy is 100 points higher rated than 6 center pawn loss. 0-0-0 1200. I lost to the other day. Yeah, he's kind of like, I don't think he's going to be taking out any titled players today, but he has potential. Mr. Coffee's home. I've got no bishop, by the way. There's a basis for this. Piece sacrifice, positional piece sacrifice. I love it. Now he's like getting active. We need a new Sladgie quote. If you don't have a bishop, make one. He's doing pretty good for 1300 after that gift in the early going. I can see myself losing. This is like an Arsenal fan trap. Knight f5, groovy sacrifice. 7th grade music teacher, Miss O'Neill, just to say groovy. Kind of scary. There's another one. This player has potential. He's like a little too unhinged. A little too generous with his pieces. Are there full-time positions for game transcribers at ChessBase? I don't think they have full-time positions for anything, man. Judging by the level of improvement at ChessBase in the last 20 years. I think it's strictly part-time operation. Fly by night. Adnan. Remember the last time I played someone named Adnan, by the way? What happened? Anybody? But it's interesting. Move 11 actually found a game of mine from like 15 years ago. And it's weird because it was a like over-the-board tournament that wasn't really a big event. And something entirely annoying about this opponent. Wasn't a really super big event. And the game didn't seem to strike a chord with me. I don't remember a lot of the moves being the way they were. But individual tournaments, you know, could be entered by anybody. There's no guarantee those games that you see in a database are right. Just random people are entering the moves in. And this guy is weird for 1300, I have to admit. It's kind of crazy. Sacked 3 pieces, but he's still coming at me. It's kind of crazy. An A for aggression. Time to give back. My bishop's still non-existent. And he still has some threats. And he's used like a minute for the whole game, dude. That is crazy. The way he imprisoned my bishop on c1, cutting off my rook the whole game, like you guys pointed out, it's pretty amazing. And still, it took me 100 moves to like get beyond that. There's my bishop. It lives. All my pieces. Here comes h4. Oh no. Did I miss something? No. Trading queens. Weird. Alright, that was a weird game. That wasn't really the way to start it off. Bob is really in trouble today. Adnan. No rematch, Adnan. That was too weird. Okay. Save a dog. We'll save this dog. It's rematching me. You know the second time will be a charm. Alright. Let me get back. We got 2 challenges. I want my mommy, 1782. You're sure that's not you, Bob? Arsenal fan. I suspect this could be Bob. Bob's new account. Want my mommy. Rapid rating 1733. Classical 1608. 1400 in Blitz. Now, what would Bob's Blitz rating be? You think that's a troll? Are there any European viewer regulars who have been around for the US times? Absolutely, Move 11. Absolutely. Why don't you stick to one account? Bob has a thing with, I think, you know, you banned someone that time long time ago. Yeah, I don't know about I Want My Mommy. I'm a little bit skeptical of that. It reminds me too much of other trolls we've had in the stream. I'm gonna steal your self-esteem. Alright, save a dog. With a compromise time control of 6+3. We have no viewers. Is people are watching other stuff, I guess. Knight F3. Something a bit out of the ordinary. Quick B6. Move 11, a generous donation. 500 bits, guys. Support the stream. Save a dog. Donations. In memory of the Boston Red Sox. Accepted here. Memory of the Boston Red Sox playoff chances that died about 2 weeks ago. Knight c3, bishop e7, just waiting move. A lot of times I've also played, what, like a6, I guess? This reserves the right to play the Queen's Indian. I guess I can't, though. I've played c5. Yeah, I guess I've played different move orders with bishop e7 instead of c5. Thinking of that. Never mind. What? Whoa. It's your turn. I am on Shank's Pony at the moment. Sounds like some sort of weird beer. Really bizarre acid trip mask. Did I have a mask from Move 11's donation? What's up, Merle? What's up, Jim? Good to see you guys. Double Fee and Keto. So if I play ED, he plays D4. It's a Tarash. I had a game like this with Shabalov once where I just sucked the life out of the game. And we just traded all the pieces and drew like a knight end game or something. Nothing ever happened. There was no tactic. You know, it's very boring for a tactically oriented player. Force them to play a game like that. It was kind of satisfying. The Earl of Merle. Knight takes makes no sense, keeping the bishop open. Yeah, I mean, they're both principled in their own way. But I would argue that, like, again, like, less pawn moves means less weaknesses and is lower risk policy in general. If you play queen takes here, anyway, that sort of could backfire. I mean, white can always just trade pieces. That doesn't bother me. D4. Jim gifted a tier 1 sub to Infinite Flash Chess. Whoa. Setting the gift record straight. Did I just like blunder 95? Shouldn't do anything. Obviously, knight g5 is very strong. Arsenal fan, that's... Oh, trade the queen for 2 pieces. Knight h4 is Arkle style, just like playing some sort of boring endgame. Oops, sorry. The greatest mistake of my chess career was making Infinite Flash Chess a mod. I can't believe you typed that in that fast, Bob. That's amazing. Arsenal's like literal. Knight g5, queen g5. Trying to get him to fall for it, man. Also, queen takes g2 and knight d4 check. Or that would allow queen e4 with complications. I'm wondering too. Mr. Coffee, we're all in suspense to see if this is a real bot or just how fast Bob can type new quotes in. He's hijacked the stream. It'll bring some new viewers, I don't know. Attendance is a little low here today. Okay, queen c4, rook d8. Just, I'm a little bit worried about queen g4 actually. Maybe I should trade queens. Knight d4. Knight d4 doesn't work because of bishop d4, pawn d4. Damn it. It's kind of a messed up position. All right. It must be a bot because he did repeat it. Code number 42. +1. +1. +1 nugget in the future. Like Gypsy Witch. Where's my cards? Somebody must have stole it. I had fortune telling cards. I see an extra pawn in your future. Sound clips. I had a friend years ago who made sound clips when he was playing. He made it for playing on the Internet Chess Club. He just stole like Simpson sound clips and stuff. Rook takes, rook takes. You're on the 7th first, A. Alright. Gotta defend. Come on, guys. 20 viewers. Let's get it up. This is an older Sladgie quote. The process of elimination is a very underrated analytical tool. I use it every day of the week. There is a possibility I actually said that. Black wins a pawn here, right? Right. Whose queen side is weaker anyway? Move 11, what's up, man? What's your schedule? You playing some... No games this week, right? You're gonna play on the weekend. Okay, you told me. How does rook takes d2 work? He just trades and takes my a7 pawn, and it's like a draw. I don't understand what Arsenal fan is talking about. Okay, I play rook takes d2. He plays rook d2. Oh my god, then I play rook takes d7. I'm such an idiot. Wow, I do win a pawn. I should trust you more. I should definitely trust you more, Arsenal. Good call, man. Man, that was dumb. It actually did win a pawn. Didn't believe him. I was even mocking him. I know that it's a draw, and it was a draw, and it should be a draw, and it's still a draw, but for a moment it probably wasn't a draw. This king is in the game, mine is not. How can that be good? The strongest 1700 in the world. He is a 1700 now. He's gone up. Although he's still 1559 in Blitz. 1559 in Blitz. This is casual rapid. Okay, I have myself to blame. I could have won the pawn. I didn't believe him. Just a draw now. Rook d5 is not forced. I could play rook b7. But I mean, I don't think there's like any way to make progress. White's probably better after rook b7. Honestly. Yeah. I doubt it's lost, rook b7. It's just, yeah, it's passive. My king is passive. My rook is passive. But my structure's so solid that objectively I have no weaknesses. We can maybe flag him somehow. Guys, welcome to the stream. Thank you for the donations. Move 11, 500. Merle Dixon's in the house with 100. Sometimes he sneaks the donations in before I even start my weekly streams. He was a little late this week. Wow. That's crazy. I mean, now we have to start calculating like the possibility of Zugzwang existing. Takes on A4, takes on D5. It's like a force field. Mr. Coffee 2 ads. What? What is that? It even says ads next to it? Oh my god. It's weird. Obviously, I'm not in any danger of losing. I don't deserve to win. Try to confuse him. But you took that way. I don't run out of moves first. Of course, you can take him with a pawn on b5. That's what I expected. I don't know why I expected. Rook takes d5 first. No, I mean, I had a million moves. This is close. Should I make a knight there? May just be a draw. The extra pawns, though? The extra pawn. How is this a win for sure? How does the extra pawn make it a win? A white win. Wait, Arsenal fan, yeah. Yeah, but I mean, there's a trap because I can't go to g5, man. I can't use the g5 square for my queen. How do I win? Like that. it's ever a win. That's insane. It's like never a win. He's a draw all the way since move 38. I was never winning. He was winning apparently with b7. But I hallucinated here. Like, I had the feeling this was a draw, but I wasn't sure. I would say I couldn't calculate this. I had a gut instinct that this was a draw. But then when the time was running down, I became very unsure if I wouldn't run out of moves here. This is the question. You know, it was a blunder, yes, but it may have been a draw anyway. It's like he has 3 pawns and I have 3 pawns. He really should have to drop his b-pawn. I was gambling that I would get to this position initially, and he would have to lose the pawn, and I would be like a tiny bit better with a further outside pawn. But then I chickened out at the last minute thinking that I might be lost here. It looks like h4, let's say, whatever, h6, g4, just for argument's sake, g5, h5, f6. And this gets crazy. Now he's winning. So I run out of moves in that variation, looks like. So I have to play f6. And like I might be lost here. Yeah, this is too difficult to calculate. I mean, I don't know. But the whole thing was silly, trying to find a way to win, you know. Apparently I was winning according to the engine. So I was winning for one moment. Wow. What? Wow. Here I was winning. He blundered right here when he goes to f8. No, king h8 doesn't work. That was, okay, so no, king f8's alright. So apparently I am winning. I mean, he can play king e7 here. Wow. So I can't check on g5. Peter says I'm still winning. This is a fascinating position, actually. Table base says king e8. This Stockfish says plus 10 here. It's just a draw, though. That is messed up. Stockfish says plus 10 in the table base draw. So I'm actually never winning there. Checkmate is now unavoidable. h5. Okay, so h5 is a serious blunder for real. I have to find this move. I mean, I'm never finding queen h7. I don't think I could find that. Well, Pepe Lewis rating with the party 14. What's up, Pepe? Check out this endgame. What is the chance of finding queen h7? I mean, I don't think I would even find it in... I'm not sure I would even find it in a... Take care, man. Cheers. You can find it if you know that the black king is in the box, so you can't take the pawn. Process of elimination, right? What did I play? Queen takes h5. Okay, I can't take the pawn because it's a draw when I take the pawn. So by process of elimination, I can't take the pawn. But I was about to lose on time with 9 seconds left. So queen h7 blockades the pawn. And then king e8. And I get to one of these classic positions where I'm there. This is one position that you can know, like you can learn. This is an important theoretical concept, guys, to know this. When your king is close enough that you win, even after he promotes, because he's just getting mated. If I had more time, I guess I could have found it, but not in a Blitz game. That's over. That's over. That's, you know, take away the pawn. These positions exist. If your king is close enough, you're lost, even if it is a bishop pawn. That's kind of fundamental. Anyway, guys, let's play some more games. Arsenal fan. Shawarma is challenging me, but I don't play 3+2. It's too fast. Please re-challenge. 5+3 minimum. The trick, you can fall for it with the bishop's pawn if you don't defend properly. Right. Pepe, I know you go over a lot of endgames and stuff in your streams sometimes, which is cool. Instructional topics. What's up, IVYM? Sorry, last week I got your submission for the Thursday night stream, but we didn't have a Thursday night stream, so if you don't mind, I'll take that for this week. I'm going to try C5 here. Take care, Pepe. So E6. I'm afraid to play this against Morales. He's been playing really well on the white side of the Grand Prix attack. I haven't seen Morales in a few streams. There is like an F4 line that's been getting played. So that's out now. I never want to play Queen A5. Yeah, Fuchsia says knight d7, not knight c6. Yeah, you're right, probably. If you want to win the pawn back right away, you got to play this to win the pawn back right away. I have my suspicions that black isn't going to equalize anyways. But we'll try something different. This is more like old school treatment of this position. I mean, I could play knight c6 right away instead of e6 on move 4. That's initially how everybody played. Kramnik, I think, may have been one of the ones to start playing e6 on move 4, most famously. So you don't have to play a gambit, technically, if you play it like Fuchsia is recommending. I'm trying to have recollection to another game I had with Arsenal fan, maybe previously. Had we played this already? Interesting. I think I played this with Arsenal at an earlier date, prior to this. Uh-oh. Arsenal just blasting out the moves. There he took. I expected Queen A4. I mean, that was the most aggressive move. You can always sacrifice a pawn. Shouldn't be that bad. The dark square bishop. I would think that knight h6 and knight e7 would be almost the same. But perhaps knight h6 is a little bit more flexible. Greetings, chess people. WJ Loof. Oof. Knight e5. Arsenal just gets... He gets down with the materialism. Last time we played on Sunday, and in the simul, and I accused him of being materialistic. Then he reminded me that he was not even up a pawn, which I thought was kind of funny. Just getting my pawn back here. I don't want to be too materialistic for sure. My queen. Getting trapped, not something I enjoy. But knight b3, we have queen a3. I mean, I don't have to do that actually, just castles looks good. So we slipped out of his deep Wolverine. Deep Wolver line. Got Will Wolf and Deep Wolver line. Sorts of wolf people. The queen d3 looks kind of evil. Threatening knight g5 type of things. Is my queen trapped yet? Just goes to e3. Oh. We're active. 10 days of music fest is not going to help your chess. It depends how many chess players are at Music Fest and how strong they are. Arsenal trading queens. You're playing abnormally well. Much different than your normal self. So much different that you play like one of our better players. Were you being materialistic? It sounds like someone's mocking me. Who gave that guy a subscription to my stream, by the way? I don't want to... see another rook on c1. There was subtle sarcasm within that long commentary that may have gone unnoticed by the average viewer. Lately, Arsenal started making some blunders. Yesterday, he hung his queen, and we both missed it. You weren't here, Infinite Flash. Bishop a3 wasn't an option? I thought it was. I must be looking at a different board. Here we go again. I ought to consider taking on c5. That is a strong pass pawn, though. Wow, I have bishop b2. I ought to calculate more often. Bishop b2. What the heck happens after that? That's got to be a quote for the quote bot. I ought to calculate more often. I would not give Acerbate a draw yesterday in a totally drawn rook and pawn endgame. I made him play it out and he lost. Where's Ashbate's not here today? Let's be at shop. Bishop b2, bishop d4, rook b1. Where do you go? d1? I was thinking just eating the a pawn. Yummy. Probably a good way to lose a piece in a really weird way. Like rook d1, bishop a2, knight d3. How do I avoid losing a piece? That's disturbing. But anyway, rook d1, bishop d4, knight takes c4, bishop takes c5. We're good to go. Magically winning a pawn in all variations. Purple Dragoons. What is the way for challengers? Can you guys see that? Is it obscured? It's obscured by the fish up there. The way for challengers, the waiting list. There's a back rank mate. The waiting list is 3. But the guy's challenging me to rated. He's gone. Pablo, if you're listening, please re-challenge me to casual 5+3. Pablo would be after shawarma. No, actually, I'm taking subscribers first, so never mind. Pablo's gone. Luana's first, primary disease. The idea is back rank, mate. The bishops are just eating them alive like mosquitoes. The mosquito defense. I mean, he has back rank mate things too, so. But this pawn is fast. Did you come here? Amory Barley? No. The only barley I know is like barley would be like the Slovenian I am. Jan is barley. Emre barley. So it would be Hungarian. It would be like EM Imre, probably Imre. IMRE. Barley. I don't know this name. It would be like Barla Imre. One of the top Hungarian players back in the 60s. I doubt that he was like one of the top players. Probably a strong master that I never heard of. There are probably tons of them. There's a whole like slew of grandmasters that no one's ever heard of. You know, that aren't like world famous grandmasters from that era. I actually knew a couple of them. Who have mostly passed away. The generation has mostly died off. But it would be like, I would guess some really strong IM or something. It's not a GM. But interesting question. Could probably look it up, but you'd have to spell it like I imagine it would be something like this. Like that's how they spell Imre in Hungarian is IMRE. Very possible. Arsenal resigned. Good choice. King wasn't quite close enough. So we're taking subscribers first. I'm welcoming, all challenges between 5+3 and 7+3, but we do Mondays and Wednesdays. Well, we don't have streams on Wednesdays anymore, so that's out. Mondays we're taking challenges in order of subscribers first. So Pablo re-challenged to rate it again. Pablo, re-challenge me to casual, please. The only famous player I know is Barlianis, who's an IM from the 70s, who's still around. He's like a Slovenian. But I don't know. I'm not an expert on historical Hungarian players. I know the more famous ones. I could look it up though. C takes d4. What are we doing here? Open Sicilian. For those of you that don't know, I usually live most of the year in Hungary, but I'm vacationing, we'll call it, in the United States for the summer and into the fall. That's why I'm wearing this stupid t-shirt. All right. Bishop g5. Play that variation again against me. Yeah, I don't feel comfortable with that opening. Bad puns get you banned from my stream. Don't forget Infinite Flash Chess. Bishop g5. Ban yourself. But I'm gonna put some yards in on that garbage Caro-Kann line. No, I mean, if Fuchsia said that I did it wrong, you know, she's probably right. Uh-oh, camel culture. Guys, tomorrow's the password protected tournament. Don't tell the trolls about it, okay? Don't tell them the password. Shh. Knight a4 is not a healthy option. This guy's going to be a good player once he gets past the blunder making stage. All right, primary disease. Just be patient, Luana, and take your time. You've got to be extra careful when you're starting out. I think you have a lot of talent, but the one-move blunders will kill you. Don't play too much bullet chess. Cheer 2. / cheer 2. Keep studying. Study chess or something else. Real school. That's good. Don't become a professional chess player. I had to supplement it by playing poker. And even that didn't help. I should have gone and used my college degree. Don't be like me. Use your college degree. Hey, that's another one for the quote bot. It even rhymes. Hey, kids. What's going on? You guys can't cheer? Try slashing. I spent $1 million on college so I could become a professional chess player. Well, not literally $1 million, but figuratively. That's how much it costs in the United States to get an education. Don't waste your time. All right. Rookie 1. I like this setup for white. Very cool. We get into this against some strong players. Sometimes I struggle. Bob's bot is making me laugh now. The Bob bot. And 95 is almost like... It's almost looking real here. I'm not afraid to play G5. when I can get a good grob, improved grob. The grob most effective when you don't castle, probably. I had to sneak that a6 in, though, so this didn't become an issue with bishop g3 and knight b5. Primary disease seems alert. Alert. Mamadjarov-style attack coming. This is what I love about the English. This is a reversed English, essentially. You can just move all your pawns and it's okay. Befuddle the classical player. Ponda time. Ponda, what's up, man? This is not the real Ponda. He's been held by the Hungarian government, not paying taxes. But hey, what's up? We're hoping to get Ponda out of jail when we get back. All right, guys. Because Ponda is a Hungarian citizen, and I'm not, you know, he has to pay taxes over there. I pay my taxes to the good old US government. Very happy about that, obviously. G4. Always open the H file. The English is more tactical than its reputation, I think. Well, I'm doing Botvinnik Tau 61 now. Botvinnik's favored move order was like C4. For a reason, I'm sure. Unconventional chess. Castling is for punks. We create gulags in the center of New York City. That's where our tax money goes. Knight on G to E5. But like all things, you know, it's not like the United States is the only corrupt government in the world. Governments, sports agencies, you know, everything is corrupt automatically by nature. It's just human nature to be corrupt. Can't blame individuals for that. Look at this knight D1 move. Knight E3. You bought Tal Botvinnik 1960 the other day. No, but you mentioned something about that. You know, I remember. Build-A-Bear workshop. Just word association, practicing for when I become a psychologist. After 20 years of... I'm gonna go back and get my master's degree. Just kidding. Just kidding. Primary disease. Not... I'm sneaking over, like, acerbate style to the king's side. I love knight D1, by the way. Love what you've done with the place. I'd like to get the rest of my pieces in the game, though. Speaking of... Well, F5 is just clearly out of the question. I'm just playing a pawn sack here. How strong is primary disease? 1,500 in bullet. Only 49 games. Wow. What am I doing? Losing a pawn. Losing a pawn but gaining a panda. But I don't understand what knight c4 even does. I mean, this doesn't even seem good for me. I think I'm just like losing. Aren't I just like lost here? I have e5, okay. And horrendous positional nightmare. But our queens are going to get traded and I'll have no attack anymore. You only play classical, Luana, but you're still playing too fast. Simply played like a genius. I can probably just resign. Well, he played like God. What am I going to do? I can't trade queens. I'm just losing another pawn. Looks really bad. It's like positional God. Very grave danger for black. Amazing positional play. Has this move? I couldn't calculate that. Wow. Oh. Yep, that looks good. Didn't see my queen was hanging, so I just got crushed. Be interesting to play this through. I don't know. I guess because the pawn was on e6 formerly, I thought it was still there. I totally thought there was something between his rook on d6 and my queen on h6. Hallucinating my pawn is still on e6 or something. Wow. Rapid fire. Rapid fire brutality. Speed as well. Just hoping for some sort of miracle. That's kind of a weird choice. Totally surprising. They would self-pin. King f2 looked playable. King f2, rook h2, king g3, rook e2, and I'm just losing. Down the exchange in an endgame. But now I have bishop f3. That's just lucky. That was bad. I was done. I mean, the king f2 just wins, I think. I can play it on, but play it on. Play it on. Play it on. Play it out. Primary was just winning. Not anymore. The miracle bishop. I would never put my king on h1 in that position, though. I mean, that's really crazy. Because I have a white square bishop. And really here. I mean, it looks like king f2. Actually, even king f1. No, king f1, no. King f2. King f2. It's totally winning. Yeah. I can't take, because I have to make other speculative moves. And I'm just down a queen for a rook. So it's not good. Wow. Nice game by me. But anyways, even if I didn't drop my queen, I think the greater issue here is that I'm just lost anyway. If you analyze this with the engine, you know, the previous play was incredible. It looked like he was in a terrible position. But check this out now. He just blockades like a master. I thought I have a great game, but knight d1. Here, c3 is good. Here. Suddenly, I can't defend my pawn on g4. It's coming 1, 2, 3 attackers. So bishop d7. The computer says this is okay. Knight e3. And here I blundered. Okay, so I'm supposed to castle queenside. Wow. Actually makes a lot of sense. He can take the pawn, but I have good compensation with the open line, so I wouldn't think I was winning. This move just loses time for me because I end up constantly worried about this exchange of queens. It was a really bad decision. Okay, subscriber challenges. Who's left? Camel Culture. When did Camel Culture become a subscriber, by the way? Did you guys just give him a subscription? Camel, you were a subscriber, right? Were you? Did I miss that? Was he a subscriber all along? Or he had already been gifted a subscription before? I forgot. Alright. So Camel's a subscriber. Let's go. You are gifted. I'm gifted too. 23, 36. But it wasn't today, it was before. Just you haven't been here since then, so I forgot. He's a subscriber regardless of subscription. Yeah, alright. That was that gym guy again, giving everybody subscriptions. No 2300s. He's gone up. Alright, last time I got lucky. No, I lost. No, I drew. He's been doing stronger lately. What type player am I? I think it's too early for that sort of discussion. Luana. It's too early to think about stuff like that. I mean, you just need to play the game, not try to put yourself in a stereotype. He's 2800 in. Did I have the same game with somebody? Don't tell me we played this before. I did this against you already. I'm hoping for like surprise value, and I end up playing the same opening I played against the guy before. That's dumb. I had a game against this 2300 Vadim Matirosov from Boston. The Boylston Chess Club Championship like 15 years ago. I just drew. Similar to this. White should be better here. Not a lot of theory. I know, what's his name? Smerdin. Smerdin also probably plays knight on bd7. They're analyzing all my games. want to say Smirnov because that's another Australian player. Smirdon. I had a game against somebody where my other knight gets stuck out on b6. Maybe it wasn't Camel Culture. I can't remember now. Okay, so that's that. Queen a5 check is a good move. Queen a5 check is always bad. That's what we said, right? Knight b4 is a good move. Knight c7 is Zoltan Varga. Aliak in defense. b6 is probably lesser of the evils here. Yeah, I mean, if you played Igor Smirnov, he's the box video guy. Master of marketing. He majors in marketing and minors in chess. Bishop g4. A few chess players like that. Will not be named. Professional snake oil salesman. I just say it like it is. I'm here to play chess, not to market myself. Teaching you guys for essentially for free. b3. The other person did that. It's funny. I still think it might have been Camel Culture. I just can't remember. He has some great videos about the Nimzo Larsen. It's a little like Roman in the old days. He used to like try to make everything sound like it wins by force. Basically just sort of telling people what they want to hear about the openings. And a lot of like Roman's lines would be just totally garbage. The days of VHS are gone. I threw out my Foxy chess openings the other day. What was it? Andrew Martin? I had some VHS chess videos. They're deep sixth. Not a lot of resale value for VHS. Very solid for white here. Monster space advantage. But this kind of player, you know what to do with them. Why are you losing every game against me? I know all your weaknesses. I played you in like 100 games, so now I know your style intimately. I don't know, Bob. That number 22 is kind of gonna get me in bad relations with Magnus. Queen takes d4, definitely on the menu. Squid, calamari, and snails. No, we don't take that kind of pawn. Actually, there's not a lot I can do. I just have to suffer. This is the sort of position you definitely don't want to play an engine in. If you played like even Fritz 10 or something, you would just die. White space advantage is crippling. But against a human, you have a chance. Just trade 2 pieces with her. It's no problem. She don't know how to play chess, just change 2 pieces. Why did you take the pawn? Didn't. Death. Because I don't like death. Queen takes d4, knight d5 is like practically immediate death. There could be some scene gains of Ivanchuk. The old f4. Now we're having fun. Very classic spatial advantage here. We inspire ourselves by Studying the games of Ulf Andersson. Is F5 on already? I mean, rook e8 is the other normal move, but I'm a little worried about the f7 square. It's a horrible position for black. Perfect execution. Bishop a3. Always trade pieces. If you can. That doesn't force the trade of pieces, though. Just delays the inevitable. There is no counterplay for black. There's no way to break out. I'm just trying to think of a player who would possibly successfully defend this kind of position. A human against computer is like white wins 100% of the time from this position. If you take any human grandmaster and put them in a game against the computer, from my current position, black has 0% chance. The space advantage is like decisive. At the human level, the result shifts from like 100 to 0 to something like 60-40, probably. It's sort of interesting how big the difference could be. Can I try c5 at some point without getting crushed? Because that's really the only hope, I think. I hope this works, mommy. My only chance is to challenge his center, but it also opens up the bishop on b2, so double-edged. Double-edged. Anything's got to be better than this, though. Any exchange of pieces I can do. I didn't play bishop a3 because he would just play bishop a1, and I would end up with the bishop on a3. That's sort of stupid. Yeah, AlphaZero isn't a computer in the classical sense, right? When I say computer, I guess I just mean, you know, the human programmed classic version. All right. I like trading pieces. But only under the right circumstances. I don't want to bring his queen to e4 if I don't have to, because that's going to be this pawn. Knight f7. He played this one, which is similar to knight f7 in spirit. Spirited move. And we just start hoping that he was just speculating. I need an idea. Did he miss like a knight f7 type of thing? I think he let me off the hook here. Pretty major. Major letting me off the hook. And that was ugly. Incoming queen takes a2. Nah, I mean, I was lost probably if you just take on f7. Right, let's see. Let's see the truth. Sometimes the truth is hard to accept, but he just played knight g5. Yeah, this is just toast. Toaster. Toast. Toast posties. I'm just done after knight takes f7. Just a standard attack. Yep. It was actually a nice pawn sack by Camel Culture, so I should have taken the knight on e4. Turns out, I'm like worried about my b7 pawn. Give me a break, dude. Of course. All right, I made a bad decision, and he missed his shot to play knight takes f7. I should just do this. I'm actually worried about queen takes b7. I mean, that's absurd. This is a2's hanging. Yeah, that was so we both blundered. Good, well played. All right, what do we got for subscribers? Nobody. So Shauma, if you have 50 games or more, I'm willing to take the challenge. We will. Why knight f7 is so crushing? Well, then he's playing knight g5 check next move. I mean, it destroys my pawn structure on my king, right? And if I don't take it, I'm just collapsing. So I have to take it, then he plays knight g5 check. So if I play king f8, he plays queen takes e6, and then I'm getting mated on f7 pretty much no matter what I do. So after knight g5 check, excuse me, yeah, I have to play king g8, and then he plays queen takes e6 check, and that's like a smothered mate. King h8, knight f7 check, king g8, knight h6 double check, king h8, queen g8 check, rook g8, knight f7 smothered mate. It's not good. So after knight f7, I guess I would have to just like not take the knight on f7. It's pretty bad. Pretty bad. Uh-oh. Questions for Infinite Flash Chess. Is Mr. Coffee, did he step out and put you in charge? Infinite Flash Chess says, you need to send a challenge and do us all a favor. Arsenal. No, Mr. Coffee's here. All right. Mr. Coffee hasn't challenged since his simul draw 2 weeks ago. Why didn't you play in the simul yesterday, Mr. Coffee? I want to get revenge for your last simul game. Revenge for your last draw. Oh, I wish you would play more often. I mean, don't feel like because you're the mod you can't play. You're welcome to play, man. Jeroen used to always play in my simuls when he was mod. H6. What's this? Not always, but he would play a lot. So I guess we take, and we take, and we try to be greedy. Oh no, Bob, is Bob here? Where's the bot? The answer question bot. Sorry, we've got a bot for that. That's actually been answered already today. If you watch the stream and stream back there, mind the store, play at the same time. Yeah. Supposedly I live in Hungary because of the age of consent, but that's just a rumor. But I certainly wouldn't be the first American chess player to move there for that reason. Anyway, that was a theory. Rook b1. We got a pawn. I normally don't like to take this Tarash pawn. Just ends up like trading everything and he gets his pawn back. Bishop a3. You know, he'll get the c pawn, I'll get the b pawn, I'll be up a pawn. I mean, sort of sounds like a presidential speech. But we try not to do that. We try to sound a little bit more sentient. Not easy though. Okay, so Shawarma just dropped a piece. He's 1900 and just dropped a piece. That's weird. Weird, that's a high rating. He just gave us a donation. Sometimes people get nervous when they're playing a high-rated player. Maybe he's doing a simul and he forgot. Sometimes I do that. I just like take something and then I'm playing another game, come back. Didn't realize I just like took a piece, so I just do whatever. Then lost my bishop. I mean, I could understand bishop takes b2 being dropped if it's a simul. But here it's kind of weird. Bishop b2 wasn't that bad. Bishop a3, bishop rook b7, bishop c5. And I mean, he has two bishops. I don't think he might have a problem with the c-file, though. Like, look at that variation, guys. While we're here, I mean, if bishop a3, rook takes b7, bishop c5, and then something like queen. No, where? I don't have a good square. Yeah, so it's not that bad. He's down a pawn, but I can't drop my d5 knight. Yeah, it's not that bad. He has some compensation with the two bishops. But instead, he's just down a piece for nothing, which is good. Good for us. Oh, Arsenal, you're talking about your game with bishop b2. That's ironic. But, you know, the truth about your game with me was, and you can talk to Fuchsia about this, you played the opening well to a point, and then you kind of gave in somehow when you took on b6. Like, you need to be more incisive and get the maximum. You need to extract the maximum from that position, and you kind of just, you sort of sold out, I felt, when you played pawn takes b6. Like, there were more aggressive moves, queen a4, or maybe even, I guess you couldn't play b4. Queen a4 looked like a really troubling move for me in that Karo Khan game. Teach yourself opening principles without learning established theory. I recommend the old book, Modern Chess Opening Theory, ironically. Out of print. I learned the opening principles. I mean, I knew opening principles already when I got that book, but it's an old book by Alexei Sweetin. I like the examples he gives in there, you know, and the way you just kind of, I don't know, that book for me was kind of fundamental. When I saw the examples in that, I realized that the principles were more important than memorizing theory necessarily. All right, so black's just down a piece. Let's just finish this off. But I mean, there's no, you know, no good time for autopilot. But basically, when you're up a piece, you trade pieces. When you're playing Tal, you trade pieces. Don't judge yourself by your games against an opponent who's 500 points higher, Arsenal fan. Judge yourself by your games against your people within like a 200-point range. If you're losing consistently with them, then you have a problem. But I wouldn't judge your game by how you play against me or some other title player. Psychology comes into it. Actually, mentioning the psychology of losing, okay, that comes into it. It's like you go on tilt when you lose enough games in a row and stuff, obviously, in any game. Pre-move. A pre-move probably not appropriate there, but Arsenal fan, you got to be systematic. I mean, you got to get to 2100 before you can get to 2500. You got to get to 2300 before you can get to 2500. Beat the people at a certain level and then work your way up. I mean, consistently beat the 2000s every game. I think you should try to play, I mean, play in the rating pool, for example. Do you play the rating pools? Like 5-0 pool or something like that, where you consistently play a lot of people around your rating. One of the greatest ways I improved when I was younger, which I thought was very instructive, very useful, was playing weekly like quads, which are like round robin tournaments for 4 players. Every month, I played like 2 round-robin tournaments where everyone is within the same rating range. And then just like working your way up systematically by beating players of a certain level. Most of my opponents would be, and I went like from 1200 to 2100 doing that, in the course of 3 or 4 years. I think that's, for me at least, the way I can identify with improving. You just work your way up. You don't start like playing 2500s. The quads for me were really huge. I don't think they have as many of those tournaments as they used to. I mean, in the UK, it's probably non-existent. In the United States, they still have them. Mr. Coffee, you ever organize a quad? It's a good easy tournament format to organize for like clubs and stuff. But for me, it was really useful. Yeah, I mean, you definitely should test your strength against higher rated opponents from time to time. But I'm saying, like, the average game, nothing wrong with playing a stronger player, but it shouldn't be like your standard thing that you do. Playing stronger players only, I think you should strive to play people within maybe 200 or 300 rating points for the most part, and occasionally have games with players stronger than that, ideally. Because I feel like partially also it can be detrimental to play stronger players all the time. Look what happens, what's happening. What's Arsenal going through right now? He's like melting down because he lost 5 games in a row to me. Imagine if he played like Stockfish or something, he'd probably quit chess. I'm not sure it's good for you to get beat down too much, because it's going to be bad for your psychology, and it's going to change the way that you play. It's going to make you scared, and probably alter your style. But it depends on what you want to get out of it, Not everybody necessarily wants to improve their rating. Most people want to improve their rating and systematically get better, but that's not what everyone wants to get out of this. Maybe Jim just wants to play title players all day long every day. That's fine. If he enjoys doing that, if your goal isn't to systematically improve, that's fine too. There's a million things to appreciate about chess. But I think if you want to systematically improve, your best bet is to play slightly stronger players. The ideal would be to play consistently some people who are like 100 to 200 rating points higher than you, I think, probably. If you want to get better, that would be the best approach. Not so strong that they blow you away, but strong enough that you're learning consistently and improving your game. All right, so Zatara is 1900. My score is 2-0. Wow, they're a good bullet player. Let's go. Enough for the sermon for today. What's up, guys? When you play strong players, I almost win, but I don't know what happens and I lose. Zatara's not here. We'll give him a minute. Well, you shouldn't fear anyone. It's hard to do that. It's easy to say that. It's hard to do it. I have fear. I go into the game. I say I'm not going to be afraid of this player. When I played Lembedol in the U.S. Masters in like 1997, no, it was earlier. Was it around 97, 96, 97? I was like, no, I'm normally not intimidated by players, but the guy just intimidated me somehow. He seemed so strong. He was like 2650. I just didn't play well. I was sort of freaked out. I've been intimidated by certain players from time to time. Normally try to tune it out, but it's hard. All right, so Zatara doesn't seem to be here. It's good that Arsenal fan doesn't fear, stronger players. Yevgeny Viktorovich. My score is 0-1. All right, let's try. You had black also. Very strange game on Sunday. I was winning in one moment, but it was too complex to explain. He had an interesting kingside attack, and I missed the best defense at one point. That's a Mr. Coffee quote. The Mr. Coffee quote bot will be coming out soon. It's Bob's next project. Just too complex to be measured by a 3 or 4 digit number. This is a very rare move. I don't think I've faced that ever. Maybe not even in Blitz. Played it instantaneously. Makes you wonder if you should play like bishop b4 check. But let's say he plays knight c3. Am I gonna give up my dark square bishop? Not really. Queen b4 check, I'm just not gonna do that. Queen c7 is the natural move, but then on knight b5. All right, I'm overthinking this. Clearly. Mr. Coffee quote number 74. I think we have to react fast here. Sacking a pawn if necessary. If I let him settle in this position, I'm going to be in very bad trouble. So he's supposed to be 1900 in Blitz, 1700 in Bullet, 2000 in Classical, and so on. We have knight b4. There's a zillion checks that go with that. Really ridiculous variation like knight b4, queen e4 check, bishop e6, rook c1, knight c2 check, king d2. Is that okay? No. Oh my god. I want to keep going with that variation. It's like ridiculous. Yeah, like knight b4 check. Check. Knight b4, queen e4 check. I could also just play bishop e7. That actually doesn't mobilize my queen side. Anyway, we're going to try it. We'll think about which way to capture here. Capture. I had a bad hallucination that I could play knight c2 check. Okay. Forget about that. Scratch that idea. So pretty much forced to play bishop e6 to get castled ASAP. Should I just resign now? I don't think this is a 1700 bullet player. I have a bad feeling about this game. Am I lost already? He used 22 seconds, he's 1700 in bullet. Right. No, that doesn't make sense. I don't think I want to lose to this guy anymore. One was enough. The moves just sort of naturally flow. A2, very materialistic. Don't really have a better suggestion. I don't like this position. It looks very, very dubious for black. Take care, Luana. Tomorrow we have the password tournament. And if you're a subscriber, do not give the password to anyone you don't trust who might be a troll. Tuesday night tournament. I think it's the Panda Rapid Arena this week. We're due for a Rapid Arena. 7+3. Password protected arena for Rapid Chess. Casual tomorrow. So I don't know what he's thinking about here. Seems a strange moment for thought. Rook d1 should be like pretty much automatic. Strange moment to start thinking. But anyways, queen b5, great. I could trade queens at the cost of my pawn structure being like a disaster. Not gonna do that. Development would matter if I could castle. But maybe rook d8. Take care. Alright, so rook d8 is not that absurd. I have queen a5 check. Wish I could castle queenside. Actually, I have rook c8, rook c1. It's a nasty threat. How does he defend against that? And it looks like indefensible. Maybe not. Close. King d1. That's one idea. I think that's probably the best move, but there might be others. I would definitely consider king d1. He resigned. It's a little premature to resign. He has e3. And I know it looks scary, but I didn't see a finishing blow. Slightly premature resignation. White has e3 here, which I did see, and I was unconvinced. Queen a6 check. I was looking at. I'm still not sure what's wrong with queen a6 check. He just plays rook d3, I guess. It's really messed up. Knight c3. Wouldn't even consider that. I was looking at this. This actually loses. That's crazy. King f3, rook f1. Can you imagine? Resigns. I could easily have played that. Man. I was super lucky he resigned here, because I don't know if I would have found even a good move. I just don't think I would have played knight c3 check. You could play queen a3 though. I mean, that's something I might consider. Takes, check, king f3, king d3. Simplifying to an endgame where, I mean, I'm at least better. You know, that's something I might have done. Okay, so Felix is up. 7 + 3. Alright guys, that was lucky. I didn't like the opening there. I thought I might be lost. Might have been lost, you know. But, freak position. Okay, d4. I've been lucky today not to lose, actually. Jim, thank you. I should start playing the Tarash. I'll have to look at that bishop e3 move. It's kind of underanalyzed. Continuation he played. I played that line several times. Never had a reasonable player play bishop e3. Wow, it's like g6 in the Scandinavian. Actually, what is this? Doesn't make sense. No, it's what is this? It's the Black-Mardemer decline. Let's ask Fuchsia. Which variation of the Black-Mardemer decline? What is this called, Fuchsia? The Demer decline, fianchetto variation. Knows all the names. Knows your name. Just the modern, right? Well, no, I mean, it's got d5. It was d4, g6, e4, d5. So it's like d4, d5, e4, g6. I think it's the Black-Mardemer declined. Kingside fianchetto variation. Now we're transposing to a Scandinavian. So it's a g6 scando. Which has been played. It has a very bad rep. I mean, if you could play queen d8 in the Scandinavian, why is g6 so bad? They end up doing that in that line, sort of line, the queen d6 lines too. There's some old game or two where black got annihilated by doing g6 early in the Scandinavian, like in the 70s and 80s, and I guess it's just been decided that it's unplayable. But when you think about it, I mean, if you can play queen d8, maybe g6 isn't that bad. Fuchsia's so literal. But we transposed, right? Well, you got g6 in. So what would it be after d4, d5, e4, g6 though? Would it be a Black-Mardemer? It's a Black-Mardemer. All right. Anyway. Losing viewers. Where's everybody gone? Come on, guys. Wake up. Let's get some more challenges. We still have 40 minutes left in the stream, so I can play at least 2 more games. This move is a classic kind of time loser. Probably best to play queen a5 or queen d8 or queen d6, clearly. This suddenly reminded me of the game Aliekin against Nimzovich, except for the fact that there aren't too many of those. Except for the fact that it's cool, you know, actually Aliekin is interesting because he was in this he was an interesting generation because he kind of bridges the gap between these like really old players and the more modern time. The fact that Alekhine played like Nimzovich, but he also, you know, played Botvinnik. I think that's really cool. I don't know about you guys. I think it's pretty cool. But f5, it's like, did Botvinnik, you know, it's almost like Botvinnik could, it's like 6 degrees of, what is it? 5 degrees of Kevin Bacon? What? It's almost like Nimzovich played Botvinnik through Alekhine. The story of Alekhine is tragic. 700 just in advance. Well, the Lemberg counter gambit, yeah. Just in advance of what, Jim? Are you leaving? Jim is up to 1,000 already. It took him all week last week to get to 1,000. We're starting. It's Monday. Jim's on 1,000. I think he's gonna slow down after that, but I'm appreciative. Thank you, man. May your lead this week in the bit standings last to the end. Was it Alekhine who had a seance or something? He claimed he played someone. I wish I knew more chess history. I really should. Wasn't it Alekhine who claimed he played someone by seance? But he's such an interesting career in that he played those. To play Botvinnik and Nimzovich as well. It's awesome. I think that was the most iconic, probably, period of time in the history of chess. In my humble opinion. Rook e1, classical chess, central. So Alekhine had a game with Nimzovich where Nimzovich, it was a French winner sideline, where Nimzovich like horribly accepted a gambit and played f5, weakening his center and weakening the e5 square. It wasn't Nimzovich's best game. I have a plan. Very tactical. And cheap. No spoilers. No, I don't think that Reti could have been world champion. He's a good player, but I don't think he had what it took to be world champion. Reti Ricard. Schlechter, on the other hand, is a different story. Arsenal fan, you should study the games of Karl Schlechter. Whose life was also tragically cut short. I would argue that Schlechter was much stronger than Reti. He wasn't totally consistent either. He was freaking brilliant. The cheapo worked. Asterbate would appreciate this. He loves it when it's like the A team. We should call, like, this is 80s, total 80s. But we should call Asterbate the A team. Asterbate and Arsenal. It's when George Papard says, "I love it when a plan comes together." One of Asterbate's like cheapos. With knight takes g6 and bishop h5, he's like gonna submit it to the stream. The most important feature is if the cheapo works or not. I have a nice Schlechter book, hardcover, and all of his games. pretty awesome. Schlechter was very moderate in the sense that he didn't go for interesting chess. I think you're dissing him. The same way you diss me a lot. I think there's more to him than that. Fuchsia, do you play the Slav? I never really thought about your repertoire against d4. We talk about the Caro-Kann all the time. Floor. I'm enjoying this too much. Trying to emulate Asterbate since he's not here. Oh no. It's still not mate. We need the artisan. The artisanal mate. What is the most artisanal mate here? Artisan style. Making me hungry, I'm thinking of D'Angelo. They had like artisan sandwiches or something. Yeah, we can call Arsenal artisanal. The artisanal master. There's no mate, damn it. There's no way to mate. It's so sad. But he's pretty paralyzed. Full paralysis. I want to use all my pieces to the maximum potential. Yes, artisanal. You played the Slav for a while? Yeah, my Finn and Caro-Kann style. You gave it up. Yeah, I mean, a lot of people do that repertoire. Cyrus Lakdawala. I think it's a little too robotic, you know, playing the Slav Caro-Kann, London, every single game. I would definitely take up tic-tac-toe. I'm a professional Monopoly player myself. This took forever to actually get mate. Efficiency. But at least it's aesthetic. We'll dedicate this game to Asterbate. Alright. Mr. Coffee's up. Nice. Filler. It's like when Mr. Coffee has to play in his own tournaments because there's not enough players. Thanks, man. BBSD is a player I haven't seen in a long time. We played 7 games. We got time for at least these two guys. Half the world plays the Slav and Caro-Kann. Caro-Kann is very popular. It's usually like with people who play many different openings, though. It's like one of their openings. A lot of people, like Magnus, you know, or whoever. I don't think Magnus actually plays the Caro-Kann, but Anand, Kramnik. There's so many like part-time Caro-Kann players. It's not their main opening, but I mean, I guess Magnus has played the Caro, but it doesn't feature in his repertoire a lot. Nimzo. Be careful, I've been studying Botvinnik Tal 1961. I don't understand like what Tal was thinking. I mean, I know he was sick. He had kidney problems. That's the main reason why he lost the match and all that, but I don't understand when you can play the bank, I mean the Benoni and the King's Indian, and you use that to a large degree, why you start playing the Nimzo all the time against Botvinnik. I mean, for me, like, that was the #1 reason why he lost. Like, playing the Nimzo against Botvinnik, this seems like a really dumb idea. Just, I have no clue, you know, what you're thinking there. It's like, if tomorrow Hikaru were to play Magnus Carlsen in the World Championship, he would qualify for the next candidates and play Magnus. I mean, Hikaru better freaking stop playing the Queen's Gambit Decline, you know, like, if he wants to beat Magnus Carlsen in a match. It's ridiculous. Well, the King's Indian, I guess, would have been the best. I think the Benoni is harder to play. It's, you know, it is more incorrect in a sense, because you got the d6 pawn. Probably easier for Botvinnik to really nail that down. I mean, Botvinnik had beaten him, you know, did beat him in King's Indian too, but I think it's murkier. Whatever, you know, it still would have been better than playing the Nimzo. He just played to Botvinnik's strengths. Infinite Flash Chess randomly says, is it a bit strange that the advanced French isn't as popular as third move knight moves? I don't think so. I mean, I think the advanced French, you know, I'm sure you understand this, but I think the advanced French is just not as good as the advanced Caro. Advanced French is popular at the beginner levels, but it's always been kind of dissed at the higher levels because, you know, it's just supposed to be nothing. Kasparov would play the black side of the c3 Sicilian with e6 on move 2 specifically because he had so little respect for the advanced French. Even though he doesn't play the French, just be like, okay, whatever, it's nothing. But I agree, I'm surprised it's not more popular overall. Mixmaster Felix, we were mostly talking about like chess history during the opening of your game, because it reminded me of this famous game where Nimzovich played f5. It's a horrible move. It weakens black's position too much. BBSD has a subscription just because of Asterbait. Oh, I forgot. Okay. So BBSD's the one challenging me. We've actually played 7 games. I hadn't realized that, I don't think, BBSD. The last time? Maybe I'm confusing it with someone else now. I just castled. C5 is Kasparov's move, by the way, speaking of Kasparov. The more common move nowadays is C6. This is like the match that I don't know the most about between Karpov and Kasparov was the first marathon match. That was like before I started playing chess. So, or around the time when I started playing chess but didn't really study books or anything. So I never really followed that first Kasparov-Karpov match. But I think that they probably played this variation in that match. Maybe the next one. I can't remember. Queen a5. Is my last move a mistake? Bishop c6. Seems right. Mr. Coffee busting out the theory. Mr. Coffee, did we play this variation in the simul? I can't remember now. Is there room for another game? Well, Mr. Coffee's game is going to take another 7 or 8 minutes. I don't know. You know, I've got to end at 8. I'm starving. We're going to stop at 8. We've got the private password protected tournament, guys. Don't miss it tomorrow. Ponda Rapid Arena. Rook e8. Oh, Asterbait's here. Monday I'm supposed to be arranging classes. Uh-oh. I was talking about you, Astrobate. And you showed up. I was dedicating the last game to you. You would have liked that, mate. Mates, I gotta like. Mr. Coffee? I guess you could play C4. You really ought to think about it, at least. Because I'm threatening to take on C5 for reals now. I guess he can also play knight D7. And D takes C5, knight takes C5. Knight takes D5 there. It actually doesn't look good. So I take on C5. Maybe we lied to him. There's that pop song, Would I Lie to You? So knight takes C5, knight takes D5 is good for white. So he has to take with the queen if he wants to take the pawn back, but that doesn't look good. That's unhealthy for black. For various reasons, like knight B5. So we lied to Mr. Coffee, our own moderator. Infinite Flash, how do you feel about that? So knight D5, queen D2, knight F6 resigns. Mr. Coffee's just losing immediately. It's resigns. Almost. There might be a way out, like queen D2, knight F6, pawn F6, knight D2, rook D8, rook C5, rook D2, rook C6, rook E2, rook F6, rook A2, rook H6. That's a winning rook endgame, but it's going to take good technique. Basically forced. There ought to be a way to just, yeah, I mean, I'm just going to win a piece here. I can just move my knight away. Rook D8, knight F3. No, then he can trade. All right, rook D8, knight F1. That's awkward, though. Then he has all these weird defenses, like rook E5. It's not so simple. Look. Rook D8, rook A D8. I mean, I'm winning at least with that variation I said. And he found this move, which is also good. Nice find. Good job, Mr. Coffee. Did not notice that one. So, is his knight almost trapped? Botvinnik Tal. It's similar in spirit. This would be great. Great Botvinnik Tal game. No fun for black here. No winning chances. Mr. Coffee did a good job not to lose by force, though. I didn't see 94. It's pretty obvious, though. I'm talking too much. All right. Back rank mate isn't really an issue. His knight's going to be strong on E4. That probably needs to go. Knight E4, bishop F3, rook D8, rook D8, rook D8, bishop E4, rook D1 mate is a good line. You can also play rook D8, just loses a pawn. I think you got to play knight E4 here. Maybe I'm just winning with like F3, knight G5. This is kind of weird. Mr. Coffee getting active. Rook F6. Knight E4, rook D8. Rook D8, rook D8. Rook F4. And he's got knight C3. This should be enough to win. I think we're going to have like time for one more game after this. BBST, I haven't played chess frequently for a long time. So don't make me with Scholar's Mate. You seem too strong for that. He's 2059. I don't think Scholar's Mate is an issue when you're over 2,000. Oliveira Lucas challenged me to Rated, though. We're not playing Rated, and I don't think we're going to have time. I've got to leave soon. We're just up too much stuff here. I welcome new players, guys, but I've got to leave at 8 o'clock. I have a date with my dinner. Bologna and cheese sandwich for lunch. Not doing me any justice right now. Alright. Wait, did you decline my challenge? It's still running. I didn't decline your challenge, I declined the other guy's challenge, but your challenge keeps dropping because your internet connection isn't solid. Mr. Coffee's gonna die slowly here. I didn't decline your challenge, but you probably won't get to play. BBSD was here first. Got to get it pretty early in the morning to get a game here. Yeah, you never know. I mean, if my next game is like 5 minutes long, I can play one more. How can we finish him off? BB5. H4 is a useful move. Creeping a little closer to his king. So just don't let him on the 7th rank with threats. Keep him busy. I was thinking knight c5, but then rook a5. Okay, it still takes technique to win a game, even when you're up 2 pawns. There's no magic answer. Still, he has knight c7. That's not good, though. 3 pawns. Tal Botvinnik game 22. Botvinnik white. If there were a game 22, it would have been actually Botvinnik black. Okay. BBSD. I'm sorry for looking at your profile. I meant to click on the challenge. Everybody see his profile. All right. Maybe the last game for today. We shall see. Just about enough time, but we'll try. Mr. Coffee, let's check out the opening there. An ATM. You should know what I think of you. Actually, Infinite Flash Chess and I have only played like 1 game or something, and he beat me and he won't play me anymore. I think that's the score. How is that possible? Bishop g4. Oh my god. Wow. A new way. Actually, yeah, I mean, just a crazy move to get out of book. I'm too chicken to be a chicken. I could play e4 right away. We played in our last simul game, Mr. Coffee. How is it different? Do you remember? Did I do something different? Lee? Let's get our grammar correct. Let's get our grammar. Let's get ourselves a beer. I'm gonna gets me another beer. Look at this. He's going with the psycho stuff. I should really be careful here. He's obviously a positional player. Screw this. This move is awful. E3. God, I'm ashamed of myself for playing that. I should have some guts. Infinite Flash is right. I am a chicken. I just played E3. This is disgusting. Yeah, I suddenly had this terrible feeling that D takes C5 doesn't contribute to development, and there must be something wrong with it. Yeah, horrible fears of stupid stuff like Queen H4. But realistically, I'm probably like safe there, and I should have just done it. I think I was afraid of ghosts. That's why I'm a chicken. Chickens are afraid of virtually everything, I would suppose. It's like the last game for my day, so I'm a little bit fried. Not much like energy left from today's sandwich. The Red Sox are losing again in the third inning to the Indians. Orioles 0, Yankees 4. Great. Anyway, why didn't the Red Sox just sell at the trade deadline? But anyway, that's enough sports for today. I'm going to take this now. I've had enough of your fun and games. If Queen F5, Bishop F3. I gave you one pass on that pawn. My eBay. Don't forget, guys. Desperately trying to sell stuff, so feel free to purchase from my eBay items. After knight g4 was f3 on the cards, I never considered it, but I probably could. My mind is fried. Central pawns are always good, always on the menu. Note in particular here, my queen is protected, so there's no nonsense with like castles or no queen a5 check with his queen on d7. Mr. Coffee said in simul game you played bishop b5 instead of castles, which is what you just played. And you know what, Mr. Coffee? I was thinking about that during the Blitz game, and I was thinking about how bishop b5 seems strange. That doesn't seem right. You know, I think that bishop b5 was wrong. The initial bishop b5 was wrong in our first game, in the simul game. And now I've improved with the correct castles. That would be my guess. Taking here is like debatable because my bishop is a strong piece. But I'm liking this. I mean, I'm up a healthy pawn here. I can play b4. A healthy 2 pawns. Is b4 getting too greedy? I don't think so. It really restricts him. I was going to just give him the pawn, but, you know, I mean, that's very restricting. How do I see who's lurking in the chat now? Twitch has made some changes. They're always tinkering. I don't know if it's been changed or not. I wanted to play king e2, but maybe too late. That's kind of irritating. All right, have another, brother. I think you ought to go with rook d8 there. Because on bishop g7 you have rook g8. Maybe that doesn't work though. Bishop e5, rook g2, bishop g3, h4, king f1, h3. That'd be a messed up position. Maybe your best chance. Seriously. That's a lot to calculate, but I think you could do it. BBSD seems like a good calculator. He just didn't bother to calculate that far. Rook d8, bishop g7, or sorry. Yeah, I'm saying rook d8, bishop g7, rook g8, bishop e5, rook g2, bishop g3, h4. With some chances, practical chances. But now it's nothing. I just go rook d1. Guys, last game for today, I think. Funny Reminder Jim. No time for another one, man. I'm just dying. If bishop g7 and f6 would have won a piece for black. Wow, really? Serially? Are you serial? How do you figure that? Wow, really? I have bishop h6, man. But it's complicated because, you know, he does have a rook on the 7th coming down. It might not be that 100% easy. But anyway, Black's play in this game was really reckless overall. I mean, he was messing around with knight g4 in the opening. You remember that game where you said f6 was a piece for Black? Is that for real? I don't remember that. What are you talking about? When was that? Was it recent? Because then there would be a reason for me to remember it. I don't remember now. No, Black's just done about a month ago. I just need a little more information about who I was playing or something. Arsenal, it was against Arsenal? Is that the point that I'm not getting here? Was it a game with Arsenal? It was a 1500. I forgot. Every time I do a simul on Sundays, my mind is just like scrambled from playing 25 games at the same time. It's actually really... I find it's very hard to sleep after doing those. Wasn't it like a theory that like Koltanowski used to do like blindfold simuls, and people would say, I think like the Soviets used to say that like blindfold simuls were like dangerous. You could make yourself go crazy or something. I'm just sort of making stuff up now. But the simuls are really draining. Too many pawns though. Pawn heaven. Alright. Quick game with Animator Jim. I'm starving. I'm going to play him. I mean, let's just make it fast. 7 minutes left. I'm going to be late. Whatever. Alright. Knight c6. Bonus game. I'm really hungry though. If I lose, I'm going to use the excuse that I was just starving. I usually play knight g5 here, but I remember Larry Christensen playing knight e5 in a very old Chess Life magazine. This move was sort of unknown at the time when Larry played it. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye. It's like a reversed, this is actually a reversed Florimikinus. No, it's not, is it? It's not. It's kind of like a Florimikinus, but it's not. I don't know what it is, but we'll call it the Larry variation. Some US championship game or something. I've messed around with both moves. Bishop f4. Whatever. I don't know. It's a move. Probably not the best move. Seems like an odd place to put the bishop, actually. Now I feel it's an Alekhine reverse. That's what it feels like I'm playing here. Igor Feugl would put his queen on a5. If I could somehow get my queen to a5 and you would let me, I'd be happy. But I feel like queen a4 castles, he like sacks a pawn or something. I mean, it's an interesting idea. It's a little bit far-fetched. Let's not say I did. Castles. It's a French. Could just be a good French for black. We still got the queen a5 idea, but I feel like the queen gets a little bit out of play. D5 has to be considered. Now I play it. Yeah, I mean, f3 just takes, bishop takes c4. What am I going to do? I have to take with, I'm going to take with the pawn on f3. I considered it, but I just dissed it. I had to change my mind. I didn't like it. It was creeping me out. You know? This is not that convincing either. Get my bishop trapped on f4 all day long. You blush a little when Igor looks at my games. Igor has this like crushing score against me, but he has a crushing score against a lot of good players. I never beat him. I have like half draws and half losses or something. It's terrible. But he beat on me a lot when he was significantly higher rated. A lot of juicy games when I was like 2,300 and he was 2,500. Later it was like all draws. But it's always painful when you played someone a lot of games and you never beat them. Even with stronger players, I typically have like 1 or 2 wins along the way. If I played someone like 10 times and didn't beat them, you know, almost nobody can say that. Almost nobody has like played me 9 times and never lost. A few people. Bill Kelleher never lost to me. We have almost all draws, but I beat him in unrated games. Look at this. Look at this move, a4. I love it. I love a4. That's an awesome move, dude. I have a score against this one. Very strong FIDE master, Bill Kelleher, who should have been an IM. Where it's like, we played 9 times and we have 8 draws and I lost once. Except we played unrated games at his house and I beat him twice. But I guess just he doesn't take it seriously when it's not officially rated or something. Feugl has like, I don't know, 5 wins and 5 draws. Not too many people I've played that many games against that I haven't beat in a tournament game. At least once. These guys I played a lot because they're from New England. I played a lot of international tournaments as well, but those people that I play in international tournaments, I usually don't have like multiple games against so much, except for some of the Hungarians. There are definitely some Hungarian GMs I've played a lot, who I've never beaten. Zlatko Olincic, the Serbian Grandmaster, I've played like 10 times. A similar result as Feugl. Something like 5 losses and 5 draws. I love this guy, Funny Animator Jim. I mean, he's got, check out his score against me. Draw, 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 win, draw, win, draw. He's almost got 50% against me, even though he's like 1900. It's pretty incredible. Have I played Larry? Yeah. Just twice though, because he moved to California. I mean, from California to New England. He's not originally from New England. So Larry didn't really play me a lot till I was already pretty strong. Unlike some of these other guys. Like, we have just a couple draws with Larry. Wow, I guess I'm gonna lose. This doesn't look so good anymore. Sorry that I accepted this challenge. I'm gonna get mated. Black's like GM strength. Maybe G4. Oh, you got knight b6 right away? Knight b6. Wow, knight b6 is coming right away. Should have played g4 earlier. I have bishop a6. Oh, that's a good move. So I can do g4. It's like a desperate... What am I talking about? Oh my god. I'm thinking he didn't have knight b6 there. But he had knight b6. The heck am I talking about? Don't even joke about my bishop on h2. That's why I don't play the London system, because I don't want that to happen to me. Are you kidding? Black played like a grandmaster in this game. He should be like 2400 at least. He's got like 9 out of 18 against me. I think there's only like 5 or 6 people that have that good a score. None of them are here. Some of them are in the Hall of Infamy. Tushar was probably getting close at the end. I don't know what I'm supposed to play there. I'm just totally getting crushed. I was lucky against Christensen because I've had white both games. I never had... we played more than just the over-the-board games. We had a lot of banter games on World Chess Network, but I don't remember... Why didn't he take that pawn on b3? I don't remember all the banter games and stuff with Larry. Bishop on h2 is sick. That's a sick piece. Yep. Yeah, what is happening here? This looks weird. My bishop will improve a lot, though, if his disappears from the board, I guess. Yeah, no, Larry's great. He's a great player. We had a lot of Blitz games, I mean, too. I couldn't even count how many Blitz games I played against Christensen. Like a bazillion. Wow. Someone said F3. Wait. He's probably like 2,500. It's funny, I was expecting this move, but wow, what does it do? Okay, I get it. Grandmaster technique. Yes. He missed bishop f7 there? That's surprising. He had me completely with bishop f7 and c6. I was totally hosed. I think now it's critical as well. Actually, I have to be careful. I've beaten him. These are all simul games? Is there any blitz? Three pawns against four. Playing for mate. Help mate. To help mate rocks. I guess, yeah, I can't be leaving that pawn there. But black was nice to let me draw this. I could still lose, though, obviously. Black sort of took it easy on me. I had the feeling. Now he actually blundered h7, so now he's worse. And resigned. Wow. That was weird. So white's crushing me the whole game, then it's maybe a draw, but he just blundered h7 and resigned. Okay. Even the final position, I don't think is necessarily winning. Yeah, looks like it's not. Even the final position is not winning. Even knight b7 is not that bad. But I think that black was just totally winning. Here I'm surprised it's totally winning. I was thinking earlier around here. Okay, obviously. This middle stage was interesting here for me. Because after bishop a2, I thought bishop f7 was winning. I must have misevaluated this, though, because I thought you have c6. And I thought that c6 would be totally winning for black. Why is that not a problem? fe4, fe4, bishop f4. Why is c6 not a problem? There's some freak variation with bishop f4, bishop g5 check. I don't even know how that works. What? Dude, there's no way the human being finds this in a Blitz game. White is winning. That is ridiculous. I thought I was just dead. I mean, it's a miracle that this actually defends. It's a miracle that white isn't lost here because bishop f7 and c6. I thought it was just over. So it turns out that here you played king f6, which was a really unexpected move for me. I didn't imagine black going active with the king, but there's not that many possible moves. I definitely would have played bishop f7 and not seen that. King f6 prevents bishop f4, bishop g5. But apparently, the most decisive position, surprisingly, at the end here, where the computer claims that I'm lost. Am I really lost here? You know, because I don't trust the engine completely in this endgame. Stockfish says bishop d1 plus 2.4. What? Bishop f5, e3. Uh-oh. Yeah, I don't like e3 a lot. And if king there, king h5, this I understand, you know, is really problematic. So that's apparently the way for black to win. In the endgame. Lots of mistakes by both sides, though. Still, I managed to keep the center pawn lost down to 24. Despite 9 inaccuracies, I made no blunders. Both sides with no blunders in the epic game. Anyway, guys, thanks for joining me. I'm going to be back on Tuesday with, what is it? Oh, yeah, the Panda Rapid Arena Password Tournament. You guys will be informed of the password tomorrow night by our moderator, by myself, or by someone else reliably here on Tuesday. I will see you guys then. Thanks for the games. And Panda. Move 11, thanks a lot, man. Thanks, Mr. Coffee and Infinite Flash Chest, for being mods today. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.